the car, the one that you said. And I'm gonna talk about the car because, like I said, that's the Jeff Johns and Richard Donner. But basically, that whole story, for those that don't know, that was a story about the original Action Comics #1 when Superman, if you see on the cover, he's destroying this car. So the book is about the guy getting his car fixed, and the guy is telling him, man, you can't get this car fixed. Your car is total. You might as well just throw this car into the junkyard. Can't fix it. So since he has nowhere to go home, he walks home. While he's walking home, he looks in the sky. He sees a bird. He sees a plane. And then he sees Superman,
Yeah.
and Superman tells him, like, oh, you finally got down from the pole. And he's thinking Superman's come down and kick his ass again like he did last night. But Superman telling him, I'm not going to kick your ass. I'm trying to tell you that I did some digging on you. I found out who you are, Butch. And Butch is the actual name of the guy that, gave his name, was giving Clark Kent a hard time in Action Comics #1. So it's not a callback from that. And he was telling me, I know who
I did not know that.
Yeah, I remember that reading it. Yeah, but I'm going to tell you the story about Action Comics just real quick. Basically, Clark Kent asked Lois Lane out for a date. She'd been turned down forever. But for one night, she decided, okay, for one night, I'm going to give you a chance. I'm going to go out on a date with you. So they decided to go out on a date. While they're hanging out on a date, Butch, in that car they get smashed, Butch comes in with his, gangsters and hoodlums coming back there, and he sees Lois Lane. He's like, yeah, you nice. You gonna dance with me. And he just grabs Lois Lane and make her go to the dance floor. Clark Kent stands up. He like, sit your ass down, in a way like that, and Clark Kent just sits down. And Lois like, what the fuck? Like, you not gonna defend my honor? So she kicks Butch in the nuts, and then walks out. He like, see, Clark Kent, that's why I kept turning you down, because you are a pussy. So she left. So Butch said, nah, fuck this shit. So he takes Lois Lane, kidnaps her, throw her in the car with the rest of the goons, and Clark he turns into Superman. Superman runs the car down, and then so Butch is driving down the street, and he sees this dude in red underwear and blue tights. He's like, what the fuck? And he sees Superman about to run over him. Superman jumps over the car. Butch like, okay, what the fuck? And when he jumps to the car, Superman runs after the car, catches the car, picks the car up, and throws it into a building, and then that's when you see people running all crying and shit like that. And then he takes Butch, and, hangs him on top of a telephone pole and shit like that. And she's in love with Superman, even though she thinks Clark Kent is a pussy. That was the original story. So that being said, he goes in, digging some dirt on Butch, finds out Butch is not really a bad guy. He just has some bad guidance about him. He like, Butch, you can't turn your life around. And because Butch is supposed to be this big dude. He like, Butch, you could be this big guy, and you go around and you're using your weight and using your influence and power to bully people that you think you can push around. But what I did is showed you what happened when somebody pushes you around, because there's always somebody bigger, badder, and stronger than you. So what you can do, instead of being an asshole, why don't you use your influence to help other people out? Like, your life is up to you. I'm not going to do anything else to you, but what you do is on you. And so at the end of the book, that same car that they said that couldn't be fixed and couldn't be total, you see it fixed, and Butch is playing with the kids, in the neighborhood. And I thought that was a pretty cool story,